At that time Majapahit was in turmoil. One of the reasons is distrust of the government. However, a woman of extraordinary political power manages to weather the chaos that ensues. In ancient Javanese times, women and men had equal rights in the political field. This equality is shown by the mention of men and women who occupy high political positions in the kingdom. Gilang Harits Muafi, community member of Malong State University, along with two of his research colleagues, Yuliati and Mak Nurfarul Lukmanuel Kaking, explained the egalitarian position of women in politics during the Majapahit era during the reign of Queen Tribuanatunggadu Jayawasanuwardani 1329–1350. As the main researcher, Gilang explained that equality between women and men can be seen from the different positions they occupy. They are in positions such as crown princes or princesses, regional authorities, politicians behind the scenes to city councils. One of the famous female figures during the Majapahit era was Sri Tribuanatunggadu Jayawasanuwardani, a woman who ruled over 3 worlds. This is stated in Desawarnana Pupa 49.2. It is stated that the successor to King Jayanagara in Majapahit was Ber Kahuripan, or whose real name is Daya Jatarja. In the Jintu inscription 1329 AD, it is known that after the coronation of Daya Jatarja as king, the name, Enhaseka, king title was Sri Tribuanatunggadu Jayawasanuwardani. Before Tribuanatunggadu ascended the throne as queen in Majapahit, she occupied the Kahuripan region as the regional king. In this position he learned a great deal about royal politics. It should be noted that behind Tribuanatungadu's success, there is a woman who plays an important role behind the scenes. She was Gayatri Rajapatni, the principal wife of King Pratarajasa, and mother of Tribuanatunggadu. Gayatri Rajapatni has a strong and determined personality, because Gayatri Rajapatni can decide who is entitled and not take the throne of Majapahit, wrote Gilang. Gayatri acts as a guru for Tribuanatunggadu. He also gave advice and permission to Tribuanatunggadu by issuing directives during his reign. One of the great services of Queen Tribuanatunggadu which greatly influenced the development of Majapahit was her policy of strengthening the position of Mahapati Majapahit. Queen Tribuanatunggadu considers Mahapati's position to be very important for the kingdom, explained Gilang. Mahapati has the position of Prime Minister who is with the king to carry out the king's orders. Gajamata was one of the Mahapati during his reign. This is recorded in the Parapankasarapura inscription. According to Gilling, the appointment of Gajamata as Mahapati was a form of Tribhuwanatungadewi's wisdom in making decisions. One of Gajamata's services during the reign of Queen Tribhuwanatungadewi is recorded in Desawarnana, Pupa 49:3, which explains that he assisted in attacking the enemy at Sadhang and Kita in AD 1331. His victory in the war between Sadhang and Kita in 1331 AD informed Tribhuwanatungadewi of the resumption of the Majapahit army. Seeing that his army had grown strong enough, he and his warriors launched an expedition to expand their territory beyond Java, otherwise known as Cakrawala Mandala. Actually, this idea was proposed by King Kratanagara, 1268–1292, of Sinasari. At first Kratanagara succeeded in implementing this idea, but as Kratanagara's power fell in Sinasar, areas outside Java became difficult to control, wrote Gilling. But this time it worked. Tribhuwanatungadewi and his expansionist forces brought the Malay and Balinese lands under his rule. The fame of Majapahit was heard all the way to mainland China. A merchant named Wang Yuan noted in his book Dao I Chi Lu, 1349, that during the reign of Tribhuwanatungadewi the population of Shipo, Java, was very dense, the land was fertile, and the main export materials were abundant. The presence of Chinese merchants and important export materials shows that the Tribhuwanatungadewi government established good international relations with China and made export-import relations a source of income for Majapahit. Queen Tribhuwanatungadewi grew to become a queen of extraordinary political power, and was very influential during the reign of King Hayam Wuruk, 1350–1389, as a key member of the Bhattara Sapta Prabhu Council.